Hello and welcome to WPMU Dev, your all-in-one WordPress platform. In this video, we ask the question, should you keep your domains and WordPress hosting separate or together? But first, have you heard the expression Renaissance man?
Renaissance man.
In the olden days, when the printing press was the internet of its time, many geniuses like Leonardo da Vinci and giants like Isaac Newton, Galileo, Descartes and others were polymaths. What this means is that they were masters of many things at once. One person could be an expert painter, sculptor, musician, engineer, astronomer, writer, mathematician, scientist, theologian and philosopher and still find time for a little rebelliousness. So, what does this have to do with domains, hosting and WordPress? Well, actually, a lot. Today, we live in a world of hyper-specialization. It takes many years for someone to become an expert at doing one thing well, and many experts for one company to offer specialized services in one area. Take domains and web hosting, for example. If we're talking about one small business website or blog, then it doesn't really matter if you choose to keep your domains and hosting together or separate. Even hosting a few websites and domains isn't a very big deal. Throw WordPress in the mix, however, and things can start getting a little bit more complicated. Because WordPress is the world's most popular CMS platform and millions of websites worldwide now use it to build their websites, many hosting companies specialize in WordPress hosting solutions and services. Hosting companies know that different types of WordPress sites like business websites, e-commerce sites, and multi-site networks need different types of WordPress hosting environments. Some sites suit shared or VPS hosting environments, while others need managed WordPress hosting or WordPress cloud hosting solutions. With some managed WordPress hosting services, it's also better to keep domains, hosting, and email separate. If you're a website developer or an agency looking after many WordPress sites, it's probably a lot easier to manage your business and your clients' needs if you keep domains and hosting separate. Let's take a look at some factors that can influence your choices and decisions when it comes to managing your domains and WordPress hosting. Let's start with organization. Nowadays, you can easily purchase a domain from any registrar that offers you the best price. You can then easily transfer the domain to a provider that offers a great domain management service and assign the domain to one or more WordPress hosting providers that offer the best solution for your client's needs. Some companies specialize in domains and provide comprehensive domain management tools, features like easy DNS updates, auto renewals, domain locking, privacy, and specialized services like consolidating, buying, selling, and monetizing domain portfolios. This makes it easier to keep your domains and your hosting organized. Let's take a look now at cost. Some hosting providers offer free domains for signing up with their services. Usually, this requires committing to a long-term service contract. Whether you choose to bundle your domain and hosting or keep these separately is completely up to you, but cost shouldn't really be a major consideration as the cost to register a domain name nowadays is not very expensive. In fact, in some cases, choosing a hosting service based on getting a free domain can turn out to be the more expensive, not to mention the more difficult option, especially if you decide to switch hosting providers before your service contract expires. Another group of factors to consider when deciding on domain and hosting services is trust, support, and stability. When it comes to bundling domains and hosting together, you want to know that if something goes wrong, or your credit card expires and you miss a payment, your entire business won't be affected. So make sure to check reviews online from real users. You can also use online tools to do a reverse IP lookup and check how many sites share the same IP on a shared hosting plan. Or view reports and surveys of average hosting uptimes for different service providers. Another thing to keep in mind when deciding to manage your domains and hosting together or separately is, do they offer more options? As mentioned earlier, we live in an age of specialization. More companies today are specializing in domain name management and providing a greater range of domain name management tools, features, and services. And the same goes for hosting. Different hosting companies provide different hosting services, packages, and options. When it comes to managing your domains and your WordPress site hosting, having more options gives you the freedom to choose. Security is another important factor. Domain name security options like auto-renew, privacy, and domain locking make it harder to lose your domain names through things like expiry, unauthorized transfers, or even through identity theft. Hosting security is hugely important, so look for companies that follow web hosting security best practices. Human error is not something you can really prevent, but the less resources a provider has to service its clients, the more potential there is for human errors to occur. If you're bundling domains and hosting together, and you experience administrative errors with your account, your entire online presence could be affected, so just keep this in mind. A couple of final factors to consider with your domain and hosting are ownership and control. The truth is, with hosting, you're only leasing server space and there is no domain ownership either. You're just leasing your domain from ICANN. Stop paying your hosting and domain renewal fees and you will quickly find out who really owns your services. But you do need control of your domain and your hosting, so make sure to always read the fine print before purchasing any web services and keep all records of domain and hosting registrations and renewals, account, login and access details, and all invoices and receipts as proof of purchase. So, when it comes to domains and WordPress hosting, should you keep these all together or manage them separately? Well, as we've hopefully shown you, there are providers that specialize in domains and hosting, but ultimately it's your decision. Choose whichever option you think will best suit your needs. Thank you for watching.